I'm going to start with new work, and it makes a nice pairing with Kevin's last poem, I think, as you'll see. Contagion arrives on a wing, sometimes in the blue, sometimes in the dust. A fig tree, a market, a funeral, a dance. The wild stacked on the tame. Sometimes a pregnant mare. I too remember the sound emptiness makes in streets, the way darkness collects in corners and tunnels. There is not much here untouched, even the candle wax sky. So I intend to read some new works, and from Waiting for Achilles, published by Black Lawrence, and thank Black Lawrence for arranging this. It's really nice. I will also read from Mother Desert, the Graywolf book. But first, another new poem that is actually so new the title isn't set yet. It is either Mother Lode, L-O-D-E, as in mining, or Mother Love. So today I think Mother Love, after Patti Smith. You'd been asleep in the car and woke calmly, saying, "I'm going to kill a god." You were always a silver-tongued trickster. We were just kids. These days, it's different. Radiation is everywhere. We watched a white bird on the lawn turn into a dog and die. I cried mournfully for that dog. Often I dream of driving effortlessly off tall bridges, up the silver rails of the Verrazano, down the orange cables of the Golden Gate. I touch sky at the top, water at the bottom, always dry and free. You know, Mom, I don't think I ever thanked you. Now I move in another dimension. Okay, so the next I will read from Waiting for Achilles. I actually have a kind of upbeat poem. I mean, Kevin's right. It's been, you know, the atmosphere in the last 3 months has been intense. I am one who's found it rather productive. But anyway, this is from the book, and it's fairly upbeat. It is called Adaptation. Just born, the foal's hooves are soft, silky blonde tendrils, soon to harden in the air of our empire of dirt. How vast are the legions of dead. How small the bands of living. How exceptional to be alive as this gorgeous, wet creature just emerged from the dark kingdom stands. So these are hard times, and hard times require courage. And I have a courage poem, so I'm going to read it. It is, in fact, the title poem of the book, Waiting for Achilles, and it refers to book 22 of the Iliad, where Hector panics when he meets Achilles about to fight, but he, in the end, finds courage. Waiting for Achilles. I am afraid, and so I run. If I wave a white flag, he'll kill me. If I fight, I'll die. I run, falling inside every stride. Where is the hero? Where is my swift horse? Achilles is a tiger, a tank, a raging fire, every fear I ever had in one. I run. The gods help, especially Apollo, god of poetry and music and cowards. I know this will end because everything ends. Sweet life, even in the middle, contained seeds of death. I see my beautiful wife, my infant son, in their graves. If I stop running, she will be raped, he will be tossed from the walls. I run until my brother appears. Courage flows like a flash flood after heavy rain. But flood is dangerous, destroys lives and huts, washes away precious cattle. You know how this goes. My brother is a phantom, and I am human. It is fate come at last. I fight, brave in the end, just for the sake of it. So I thought, sort of also in the spirit of the times, I would read vacation poems because we, alas, had to cancel a vacation, which I'm sure we're not alone with that. So from this time, Mother Desert, it's called Sleeping on the Beach at Tulum. Even here, I think of elephants, fanned ears like a pharaoh's crown, how a mother uses her trunk to lift a sick newborn into shade, how few trees grow underground. White lip of surf, your rhythmic small lion's roar of breathing. We've brought an elephant with us. This afternoon, it pulled up palms, slammed a tourist bus, broke a bicycle. Now it rests at our feet. I call it into the waves, spraying water like a serpentine fountain. Young and small, it shrinks, a baby, then nothing at all. Okay, so another in the spirit from Waiting for Achilles is called Horse Latitudes and refers to a trip to the Outer Banks a while ago. So, Horse Latitudes. The past lies in the brine of equatorial water, parchment folded, black ink veining where the quill paused. Rich doldrums full of gold where Spanish soldiers threw the queen's horses, palomino, the color of her hair. On the Outer Banks, each wave a breaking promise of the new world, lost colonies, lost ships, wild ponies, swimming even now. Right. Okay. So thank you all for listening. It actually feels very natural to read. Now I have one more poem, and I think you'll see why. It's also kind of travel, but more, yeah, a travel poem. It refers to the Defrost Bridge, which is the rainbow bridge from Midgard to Asgard in Norse mythology. It's called the Low Road. If the power comes on after a count of 5, it means a swan hit the line. In a pub at the end of the Scottish North, light matters. Far from long sunsets over the San Andreas Fault and Soda Lake, I have imposed solitary confinement with single malt. Some here remember Odin, god of bad weather, philosophy as commonplace as eating coastal cheddar, meat pie. Sheep fleck the landscape, wood and lunch on the hoof. The suicide rate is low, even among magicians and poets. Anomie, almost unheard of. Life is so hard, like the ground. Defrost Bridge lifting everyone's spirits. mirrored over the bar in amber and brown. 59 reasons to keep drinking. Thank you.